So, hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the Water and Wind Festival and my general thoughts on this festival. One of the things I noticed about this festival is there were a lot less just in general going second decks because in general, I'd say a lot of the decks are just extremely powerful going first. So if we were to just look at specifically Magic Spectre, this might not be like an optimal list. I guess we could increase consistency a little bit more by having more copies of Majesty Pegasus, but in general, if we just focus on just the Magic Spectre cards here, ignore some of the shark cards I have here, how many different ways do I have to combo here? So with Water and Wind in particular, if I normal summon Bunbuku, this is combo. If I normal summon Yatta, this is combo. If I have Majesty Pegasus plus any other Magispector card, this is going to be combo as long as I do not open both copies of my Dynamite Powerload, the Draco Slayer, alongside the Majesty Pegasus, which just such a phenomenally low chance of happening. But even if I do, I probably have one of these one card starters anyways. So probably chillin'. And then if I have Magispector Wind plus any Wind spellcaster monster, so not any Magispector monster, any Wind spellcaster monster. So that means if I open Drill and Lockbird with Magispector Wind, that is also combo. Okay. If I have Majesty's Pegasus plus any once again Wind spellcaster monster, this is going to be combo. And normally you could Ash this, and that would just like ruin my day. There are a lot of cards that would be really painful to get ashed. So Magispector Wind, pain. Uh, Majesty Pegasus with my messed up scales, pain. But there's no Ash Blossom Joe Spring here, so nothing you can do in that front. So in terms of interactions or hand traps that you can drop, it's just essentially what's the card called again? Ghost Mourner, and then you have Infinite Impermanence. So that's all you've got, okay? And what you can do against me in particular, the only card you can actually target, there are two. Actually, so it's not the only card, so one of two, realistically, that are good to target. So we have Majesty Pegasus, the Draco Slayer. So if you were to imprint this stops me from searching the one of whatever field spell in the game that I can just search. So in terms of field spells, I don't think there were any super amazing ones that you could search. So I've seen this idea that some people were doing, where you just search the Valence field spell, and that gives you a useless extender because you're locked into Magispectors because of Nui, but it stops you from getting even lead at least. And also technically Lightning Storm, not that that matters, but I guess you can search like whatever field spell you're feeling. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, okay. Wait, this one might be interesting actually. Just a little bit though. We can grab Trickstar Reincarnation like this. Interesting. But yeah, in general, the only thing that's super worth searching, I think, in terms of this event is going to be Majesty's Pegasus or the Valence Field Spell. But the Valence Field Spell is like really bad in the mirror, and in fact the Magispector mirror is awful because every single one of these cards targets. So yeah, you essentially are just having a duel with like vanillas is what it kind of feels like, where it's just beat down. And also, if you thought that Majesty's Pegasus would give you an advantage, it doesn't, because it gives every single Magispector monster on the field, regardless of who controls it, 300 attack and defense. So whether this card is on the field or not is pretty irrelevant. It does realistically nothing. So yeah, that's a thing. So the primary thing that we have to worry about in particular, I guess, is essentially the Nue being hit by Imperm or Ghost Mourner. So this is a very powerful effect, and this is essentially full combo when it results because you're going to be linking off two Magispector monsters, adding them back to the hand, and these guys will more or less always be the right scales to do a pin summon, and then you will pin summon out the copy of your copies of QB and Ogama, and then this will get you your copies of, depends what you're playing exactly, but something like a Magispector, Tornado, and Tempest. And then we will also grab, or I mean XYZ summon the Magispector Drake of Ryu, and then this will get us more stuff for turn 3, and also Kirin for turn 2, essentially, right? And this is going to be incredibly strong considering this is a 1-card combo, right? So we can do Kirin effect. So that's bounce 1. And then we have monster negate and negate summon. So that's second interaction. And then we have Magispector Tornado, which is going to be banish a guy. And then usually you have as well potentially a Cyclone as well. So we're at 3 or 4 interactions essentially, and then like any potential hand traps you can't really use Imperm because you won't have, for the most part, the back row space for this. So that's not like a thing that will be likely to happen, but yeah, in general, it's a lot to play through. And also, yeah, none of these guys are destructible by card effect, nor are they targetable. So that's pretty painful. Oh, and yeah, I forgot to mention one thing. They're also all when effects, which is a little bit annoying. But aside from that, if we have Nue, this is the only thing you can target. But you know what you can't target? A monster that was sent for cost. So even if we had, for example, Imperm plus a Ghost Mourner, this becomes literally impossible for you to target if I have a Wind in my hand when I summon the Nue. So if I were to specifically have this combo, normal summon Bunbuku, and we just have like these 2 cards in hand. We have Wind plus Bunbuku, or we have Bunbuku plus Majesty's Pegasus, or we have like maybe Bunbuku plus any Magispector, I believe also allows us to play around Imperm. So what we're simply going to do is we can do Bunbuku grabs Majesty Pegasus here, or if we already have Majesty's Pegasus, we can grab any Magispector. It doesn't super matter, but best one to grab will usually be either Porcupine or the Yatta. And we are going to simply just scale the Majesty's Pegasus alongside our other Magispector, pop the other Magispector, and this will allow us to add Downright Powerload the Draco Slayer, and then Draco Slayer's effect allows us to special summon the Majesty Pegasus, and then Majesty's Pegasus adds Majesty's Pegasus, and then we can use this to tag out this Majesty's Pegasus here for the Yatta, allowing us to grab Wind, and then we link off the Majesty's Pegasus here with the Bunbuku, and then we summon Nue. Nue is going to add back these 2, and that, or perhaps in this case, if we pop Yatta, and we didn't summon Yatta actually, it kind of depends, right? But we essentially grab back 2 guys. We can use one of these guys that we grab back for like a play next turn, or we can try using it to extend depending on exactly the situation, but whatever the case, we're going to then always have essentially the Wind in a lot of hands, our copy of Magispector Wind, so the Nue becomes not targetable essentially. So if you have an Imperm, you just kind of have to drop it on Majesty's Pegasus, because otherwise we're going to just grab the copy of Wind to dodge with Orthros anyway, so you could do that, but also it's not that worthwhile to do this because if we hold for next turn, you can potentially stop a Kirin from coming out, if you negate the Magispector Draco Ryu. So there's that idea as well, essentially. And one tech I saw that was pretty neat was if we run Terra Top, we can do Terra Top to summon Takatomberg to make Totem Bird, which negates Evenly Matched, which is essentially the only card that will completely cripple Magispector. So if you open the Evenly Matched, there's a good chance you win. If you do not open it, you just lose, assuming you're going second into this, right? That's pretty much how it will go, because yeah, this is pretty overwhelming to go second into. If you wanted to Raigeki, that wouldn't work. If you Dustered, that actually does a little bit of something, unless of course your opponent's playing Totem Bird. So it depends, I suppose, but it is what it is. And then of course there's Ice Barrier being really annoying, essentially just hand looping you. So big thing with this is that they just make Lancia the ancestral dragon of the Ice Mountain, and this summons General Raiho of the Ice Barrier. And you know what's really annoying about this? If we remove the General Raiho, this will be summonable again. So that's annoying. And if we're using a trigger effect, Raiho is going to be summoned as well, and since it's a continuous effect, we have to discard. So just for example, if we do Chain 1 Majesty Pegasus effect on summon, this will actually allow our opponent to Chain 2 Lancia, and then Lancia will special summon Raiho, and then if you want to activate Majesty Pegasus, now you have to discard a card from your hand. So pretty annoying. And if we want to out Lancia, of course, this will float into something else and it will count as a synchro summon. So your opponent can Trish to hand loop you if you out this as well. So you're just getting really hand looped by Ice Barrier. So that's a really annoying deck right there to play against. So the even more annoying thing is if they open well enough, they can also put down like Adamancipator Risen Dragite. So the primary strongest card and MVP of this festival, I would have to say, Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched just bends over every single deck whenever it resolves. So, yup. Try winning with just one monster, you probably can't. Even if that monster is Lancia, for example. Depends exactly what we have in hand, but there are definitely ways for us to deal with Lancia. So in this build in particular, we have full armored Dark Knight Lancer. That's one way to remove it without triggering it. The other way is, of course, Kieran, which can just return it, and Mirror Jade Ruling. So yeah, same thing there. And yeah, the going first is just super favored, and one of the things that's kind of annoying that I was seeing a lot was just like Flu being annoying. So the thing about Flu was they were doing a lot of locking you with the what's it called? Ryza, the Mega Monarch. So that was annoying. And then there was also the Harpies trap, which just locks you out of activating any monster effects, so that was also annoying. And I mean, all things considered, I mean, I didn't like this festival that much, but I didn't hate it that much. It was just a meh festival, but I mean, in terms of Magispector, Magispector felt really strong in particular because there's just no way you can play around this deck without like an Ash Blossom Geospring. That's mostly what I learned. Without Ash Blossom Geospring, this becomes pretty stupid. Well, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any thoughts or opinions about Waterwind Festival, feel free to share in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.